How has being a woman lawyer affected your business?
It has been the most amazing gift and curse. So I've been practicing for a lot of years. I mean, for the first few years of my practice was kind of split, family law and estates. And so when I was a family practitioner, I represented fathers in custody actions and adoptions and things like that. I really, really liked that work. And then in that space, it was funny to be a young Black woman representing men in custody in family court, a place where they often feel like they've been taken advantage of. At the same time, I also had to adopt the habit of wearing glasses so that the security guards and the other court officials might actually think I was a lawyer and not anybody else. And so,
Mm.
gift and a curse, right? As I've grown my practice, it's been interesting. There are not most of the people in my practice area are men. Women are making strides, and the numbers of women have grown exponentially. But not only is the practice of law male dominated, but particularly probate and estate and trust and estates is male dominated. I mean, I've had people say to me, well, the guy that I spoke to, he charged more and he wasn't even as nice as you, but I still think I'm going to go with him in real life, right?
Wow.
In real life.
Oh man.
So, it's going to come, however, it's going to come. Before as many people who discount me because I'm a woman or because they perceive my youth because blacks on crack, because of my perceived or of my gender. There are a lot of people who seek that out. Like they love a lawyer who makes them feel good about themselves, a lawyer who looks like them. Some of my clients have said like, "Oh, I look up to you," which is not something that I would encourage because I look up to my clients. You're like, this is an exchange of amazing energy, but it's been a gift and a curse. It's worked out for me. People like talking to me, I guess, because they like looking at me. They're willing to listen to what I've got to say. So it works that way. And I feel really happy about the space that I'm occupying, whether it's following in the footsteps of my mentors or it's showing my mentees what this practice can look like and not look like just what it looks like in their firms. It is what it is. It ain't like I can do anything about it. So I'm just gonna be a woman out here in this lawyer, just lawyering.
Yeah, no, because I asked that question because my mom was in the state. She worked in the state, but she worked as an accountant. And
Mm-hmm.
so, the other question I wanted to ask you is, you deal with a lot of death in the state. So, how does that affect how what you do and where where you go?
I'll be trying not to make it weird, like not to make it morbid when I'm working through people, like when I'm helping people work through their advance directive. Like, okay, it's going to be kind of weird, but this section applies to when you are brain dead in a permanent vegetative state. What would you like? Check here, check there. So I usually try to make light of that in the planning space. In the administration space, I'm a human, so I'm empathetic and I'm considerate, and it's usually very helpful for my clients that are experiencing a loss, they're experiencing grief, to be able to give over the legal requirements and not really have to worry about that, or to be able to give it to somebody else and only have to follow directions, not have to figure out which way to go. So I don't know. I try not to take it. Maybe it's that I don't. Maybe it's that I'm not really taking it literally all the time. I mean, that's not to say that some days it's not kind of sad because something sad happened or something really crazy happened or something happened in my own life that was way too close to what happened in my client's life. But generally, I try to make jokes so people feel light about it. They don't have to feel all heavy and morbid and nervous because we're not talking about nervous things. We're talking about money.
No, it's
Amen.
true. You know, I mean, you said I'm a human and I have empathy. I mean, I agree with you, but also I realize that some of y'all humans out here, y'all don't have no empathy. But that's another story for another time.
You ever see somebody skip over the sentence that they're supposed to write in an email that says, "Well, I'm sorry for your loss" or "My condolences"? They just be like, "Okay, yeah, but are you going to like?"
Yeah, that's like a bit much. Like, yeah, like come on, man, have empathy, have empathy.